So you've created the setup for this reclining butterfly. Which is basically the setup and the foundation to land in your body. With a gentle opening of your hips and an opening, stretching of your chest area. This really is a perfect beginning to go inside. And let's take a deep in-breath here, really letting your body and your mind know that you are here in this room consciously. Breathing in deeply, exhaling any obstacles, tension, worries of the day out. And another deep in-breath. And a relaxing exhale out. How is your body feeling today? Anything special that you should pay attention to? Any tightness, maybe tension, and are you okay with your body communicating that to you? Can you be with those sensations? And can you even make room for that? And as a few guidelines to what you could focus on during your yin practice, is basically 3 rules, so to speak. So the first one is that you come to your appropriate edge. So that sweet spot where you do feel something, not too much, not too little. Really working around that resistance in the connective tissue that you will encounter. And then the second one is become still. And what that means is really letting go of any unnecessary muscular effort. And unless there is pain or pinchy needles or a reason to actually come out of the pose, the invitation is really to be still. And 3 is to hold the pose for a while. And today, in this session, what I would like to invite you to is to explore, like you would go on a little adventure, to explore how and in what shape you feel resistance in this practice. So it can be that you feel that in your body. It can also mean that you become aware of resistance in your mind, which is very normal. And maybe something else comes up more on, let's say, an emotional level. And in that way, becoming still and exploring your body and mind can be a great, beautiful way to learn a little bit more about yourself. And what would be really great would be that if we could really allow ourselves to feel things come up and to just sit with it. Really giving space to what wants to be felt. Within you. And resistance can also come in the form of flies that fly around the yogashala, which unfortunately I can't change. Take one more deep breath here. And then allow your hands to rest on your lower belly, placing the tips of your, I forgot the name of the second finger, the pointy finger and the thumb together in a diamond shape as well. Then placing your hands flat on your belly. And imagine that you start to breathe into that triangle shape. Belly expands as you inhale. And your belly falls as you exhale. And just without the need to change anything in the rhythm of your breath, just taking some time to feel that breath in your lower belly. And this slow, deep belly breathing can be a great guide during your practice. And really not only on your mat, but also in life, when you want to ground down, get out of your head, just going back to and connecting with your breath, moving through your belly. Then allowing your hands to rest alongside your body. Okay, let's take 3 deep in-breaths here. And deep, relaxing sighs out. And then with the help of your hands, bring your legs together. And then let's remove the bolsters. And come and lay flat on your back. And your feet hip width, mat width apart. Then allowing your knees to touch, coming into a constructive counter pose. And perhaps it feels good to move a little bit. Allowing that chi to move and really helping the body to free stuck energy. But try to connect with your body and really noticing what serves you now, either a still pose or moving a little bit. And you can windshield wipe your legs from left to right. Just really taking the time here to let the previous pose sink in. Wherever you are, making sure you breathe nice and deeply here. And see if you can really allow your weight to sink into the mat. Really letting go even in these moments of transition. Belly rises as you inhale. Belly falls as you exhale. Two more breaths here. And then hug your knees into chest. Making yourself into a small little ball, really giving yourself a nice gentle hug. And then rocking from side to side. So really massaging your spine into the mat. And then grab your toes. The soles of the feet are touching. And just coming in a really brief, sort of adapted, happy baby pose. And here in this lying, reclining position, let's do 3 lion spreads to really expel any stuck energy. So you can either open your eyes or do it with your eyes closed. But inhaling, exhaling first. Inhale. Exhale, really releasing all air. And then inhalation. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And I start to rock from side to side. And then releasing your legs, extending them. Coming to lay flat on your mat. And the palms of your hands are touching the mat for a nice grounding effect. And take a moment here to just notice how your body feels right now. If there were any special areas that you felt in the beginning of this practice, notice how they are doing right now. What is going on in that body of yours? Let's take one beautiful, deep, nourishing in-breath here. And a deep sigh out. Then stretch your arms all the way up. And give yourself a good stretch. Gently rolling over to whichever side feels good. And then help yourself upwards to come into a seated position. We're actually going to move in a what we call straddle in yin. And for that one, there's plenty of options really with the props. So I'm just going to give you a few. So you can place 2 bolsters under your belly, depending on your range of motion, because if you want to lean forward, it might be nice to do that on the bolsters. If your hips are a bit more tight, then what can work is if you come and sit on a blanket. So really elevating the hips and make it a bit more easy to sit like this. And then starting with placing your hands behind you, closing down your eyes. And just really noticing how this feels. And then you can choose to lean forward a bit, placing your hands in front of you, or for a more intense stretch, you can just fold forward with a rounded back. And allow your head to rest on the bolster. If you need more height, then please use the cushions. And you might feel that in a hip opener like this. That sweet spot is that edge that you're searching for. Can be quite prominent. We tend to hold tension and even emotions within our bodies and the hips. And jaw are known to do that. So that can mean that in hip openers like this, you might feel a lot. And just be reassured that that is quite normal. See if you can support your body here by breathing deeply. And by something so simple as breathing deeply, the greatest things can happen. Your mind starts to calm down. You activate your nervous vagus, an important nerve in your nervous system. Activating the relaxation response in your body. And by breathing deeply, you land. You ground in your body. And you create space. One more deep breath here. And then with ease, maybe try to keep your eyes closed. Come up. And for a brief moment, place your hands behind your buttocks, leaning into your arms. Just taking a few breaths here. And then gently flutter the eyes open so you can remove your props. With the help of your hands, allowing the legs to touch. And just start to tap your legs. So shaking out any resistance, any tension, any achy feeling. And then placing the soles of your feet on the mat. Just windshield wipe your legs. Maybe you want to add a little twist. So leaning over to one side. Really doing what feels good to your body. Okay, now using your blanket as a support for your hips, and just come and sit on your blanket, getting your bolsters and cushion ready. You might even want to use your block. What we're going to do is a forward bend caterpillar in yin yoga. And in yin yoga the poses are called different, also to remind you that they work differently. So in a yang practice you would lean forward with a straight back, but yin yoga really is about not pushing and just leaning into the pose. So the way to come into a forward bend yin style is really a rounded back, just really allowing the upper body to become heavy. But we're going to use some props. So you can use bolsters, maybe a pillow as well. Sometimes it can be nice to even support your forehead with a block. Maybe it might be a bit much. Just taking your own playtime here. And then leaning forward. Palms of the hands facing towards the ceiling. And allow yourself to become heavier. have found your foundation. See if you can let go of any unnecessary tension, muscular effort in your body. Allowing the shoulders to relax. Allowing the jaw to relax. Like you're sinking into the pose. And then see how still can you get. How still can you be? And you might feel that the longer you are in this pose, the deeper you go. As the tissues start to relax. And maybe this is the time to remove one prop, but maybe you want to stay here. Just checking in with where you are in this pose. is your breath at this moment? Can you feel your inhalation? And are you aware of your exhalation? A few last moments here. And then place the palms of your hands on your mat so you can support yourself as you really gently come out of this pose. Removing all props. And then bending your knees, placing the soles of your feet on the mat. And then basically hug your knees. That took me a while. I'm just resting here. Breathing nice and deeply. A few more moments here. And then gently come up. Then allowing your knees to fall outwards. The soles of the feet to touch. And again, with a rounded back, fold forward. No props here. The face is soft. The upper body is heavy. The shoulders are relaxed. Just a few more moments here. Using your next inhalation to really gently come up. And then leaning over to one side. And coming into a all fours. Removing any blankets or props if you used them, and coming into a all fours position on hands and knees. And we've done quite a lot of spine work, so to neutralize that, we're going to do some gentle cat-cows. So inhale, look up. Exhale, round your back. And feel free to sigh anything else. And if you want to do some more movements with your hips, or please feel free to do so. But in any case, moving with your body. A few more rounds in your own pace. And then coming back to neutral. We're going to move into, let's say, a counter pose to the forward bends that we did. So from this position, you allow your hands to slide forward. So basically allowing the upper body to melt into the mat. The forehead is touching the mat. And you don't want to have painful shoulders here, so if that's the case, back off, or you can bend your forearms and see which position works for you. Breathing deep into your arms, your armpits, your shoulders, your upper back. Breathing into your chest in this melting heart pose. Wherever you are, take 2 deep breaths. Then press the weight into your hands. Move your hands into the direction of your knees and rest in an embryo child's pose. Finding that sweet, soothing effect of this child's pose. Take a deep in-breath here and a deep sigh out. And then gently rock your head from side to side. Giving your head a nice gentle massage. Coming back to center. And then start to lift. Coming all the way up. Placing your palms of your hands on your legs. For a nice grounding effect. Closing down your eyes. Just taking a few moments here to notice how you feel. Feel if you can be open to what is going on in your body and your mind. A deep in-breath here. And a sigh out. And then before we go to the floor again, I'd like to do a few seated cat-cows. So bringing your arms into cactus shape. And then on your inhalation, look up. Exhalation, round your back. Inhalation, look up. Exhale, rounding your back, like you're folding inwards. Ending in an open position, really expanding and opening your chest. And then releasing your hands, palms facing up as a symbol of receptivity. And just feeling that space that you've created in your chest, your heart, your spine. Three more breaths here. And then really gently feather your eyes open. Lean towards your left side so you can extend your legs. And then move towards the floor. And we're going to move into a simple twist. So bending your knees, placing the soles of your feet on the mat. And then give your hips a little wiggle to the right. And then allow your legs to twist to your left side. And it can be really nice to rest your left hand on your knees. Your right arm is extended. Palm of the hand is touching the mat, the floor. How much can you let go in this twist? How heavy can you allow your body to be? Right here, right now. A few more breaths here. And then really gently move back to center. Hugging both knees into chest. And gently rock from side to side. Pausing in the center of your mat. And then give your hips a little wiggle to the left. And allowing them to fall towards your right side. Supporting them with your right hand and making a letter T with your left arm. Coming into a twist on the other side. few last breaths here. And then gently coming back to center. And here take a moment to check in with your body and see if there's any last movement you like to make before you go to the last resting pose. And then when you're ready, moving into Shavasana pose. And for that it can be really great to use the bolster as a support for your knees. Optional, you could use the pillow, the cushion, as a slight support for your head. Allowing your arms to rest alongside your body. And then 3 more conscious and deep in-breaths. With a deep exhale out. Another one. And the last one. And then allowing your breath to find its own natural pace. Relaxing into the mat. Feeling the magic and the power of sweet surrender. Inspired and in honor of World Peace Day a few days ago. This is a poem by Matti Stepanek, For Our World. We need to stop. Just stop. Stop for a moment before anybody says or does anything that may hurt anyone else. We need to be silent, just silent. Silent for a moment before we forever lose the blessings of songs that grow in our hearts we need to notice. Just notice. Notice for a moment before the future slips away into ashes and dust of humility. Stop. Be silent and notice. In so many ways we are the same. Our differences are unique treasures. Our differences are unique treasures. We are a mosaic of gifts to nurture, to offer, to accept. We need to be. Just be. Be for a moment kind and gentle, innocent and trusting, like children and lambs, never judging or vengeful, like the judging and vengeful. And now, let us pray, differently, yet together. Before there is no earth, no life, no chance for peace. Start to lick your lips. Move the tongue inside your mouth. And then wiggle your toes, your fingers. Making circles with your arms, your feet. And then give yourself a good stretch. Sighing any last tension out. And then rolling over to the yin side of your body, the left side. And in this futile position, just resting for a few moments. Sending a few gentle, sweet breaths into your heart. And then placing your hands on the floor to press yourself up in a comfortable seated position. Allowing your hands to rest on your legs or wherever they feel comfortable. The eyes are closed. And notice how your body feels. Feeling any difference. Becoming aware of how you felt when you stepped on your mat. And with that feeling, what this practice has done for you. If you want, you can place your hands in front of your heart. Really thanking yourself for showing up, for the courage to become still, and for the courage to explore your body and mind. May you feel peace within your own body, your own temple. May you feel peace in your own mind. And let's close this practice with one Om. Inhaling, exhaling first. Inhale, exhale, Om. Om. Thank you all so much for coming, showing up on your mat, and sharing your practice with me. Have a beautiful evening. Namaste.